keep getting closer and closer to not getting the EX rank. Because I want to take over the fields before I kill the boss, but I'm starting to get too strong. I almost ended up killing the boss early. Anyway, from the looks of it, I'm still intact so far. No pain, no changes I can see. Looks like I won't be disappearing anytime soon. The enemy retreated after losing their Lancer Karna. We scored a victory, but Castor escaped with her piece of the regalia nonetheless. About Castor's words earlier. Let me repeat myself. I'll never let you out of my sight. No, that's not what I meant to say. As my, you are clipping like crazy, girl. Calm down. Okay, it's not any good from back here. She's still kind of... You should not be taking that stance. Go back the way you stood before. Sayonji and... Oh! He's not the enemy, he's our ally. In theory. Was he here after Altera's gone? Surprised to see the second in command in the home base. How does it feel to know the truth of your hollow body? I thought no one else could come in here! Then again, fuck it, it's Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh shrugs his shoulders and hurls his taunts with a wry smile. Mock amazement in his voice. I can't even begin to understand what he's thinking. Is he taunting me or a reassurance, or was he just teasing me that whole time? Back to the cavern. Need to confirm something. Out of the 3 elements of a digital shell, I'm in a situation where I only have one. Castor told me I'd eventually fade away because of that. So before that happens, I want to retrieve the mind and soul and fuse them into myself. I'll try to stay quiet about all that. Was it because she didn't want to worry me? Why's she hanging her head in shame? She's only trying to look out for me, nothing to be ashamed of. Nah, she's the one who's caused all this. It's just this part of me doesn't remember. Eh? This is actually okay. It's not like the first time when I thought she was gonna crush me. She's still squeezing me, just not out of malice. Maybe it's the fatigue talking, but I could stay here forever, just me and this comfy giant monster. Enveloping my whole self. Stop it! No! Now from head to toe I feel a whole different kind of softness. How did I get into this situation? Am I doing something naughty over here? I'm just dancing around happily because you saved me from falling. There's no problem here. Think I'll stay like this a bit longer. Is this how I plan my escape? One day in the stone hut. I can feel her gaze. She's been staring right at me for a while now. At first I thought my imagination, but she's still doing it. I raise my eyes to her just a little. She's clearly looking in this direction. Does she want to say something? Regardless of what it is, I don't know if I can handle this. I ask what's wrong and then... Standby mode. Nothing at all to me do with me being anxious, wanting to talk, but not knowing what to talk about. Oh my gosh, she's me in that regard too. No! Ah, what am I sympathizing with all the waifus today? What exactly is this cavern? If she talks, I'll listen. Far be it from me to ruin her good mood. We're inside a piece of the Umbral star that was cut off from the moon body. Oh, were you in this when you hurtled to Earth then? I understand the point of the metaphor, but I don't see the resemblance. Controls. I'm sorry if I get a little technical, but during inertial navigation, I handle the controls myself. I'm not a pilot, more like a part of the brake. I wonder how that works. Does he adjust the way she sits or something? The term autopilot comes to mind, so I guess this place is cramped by what I assume are Titan standards because it was designed to seat just her. What if she grew? Would it be too tight for her then? Does this place not have a door? No clear way in or out. What of the point? Doesn't look like Altera is any way out of here either. There's no door, because this isn't a room. You only build a door if you want that person to get out, want to leave or something like that. It doesn't look like that's the case here. If she can do the whatchamacallit from in here. Can't build a door for something that doesn't have a scoop out. My first customer to pass through the cracks in the walls. She laughs and says, "But is that sadness I see? Might be, no. Might be my imagination, but I definitely feel a hint of cloud behind her smile." Did she want to be free? Oh. Welcome me talking past each other here. Altera's free, sure, but I was talking about the Titan specifically. What's with the treasure? It is treasure, that's obvious. So does it represent mana or some sort of other Spiritron resource? Huh. You didn't just scoop it all up like that. You definitely don't have to hold it all over my head. Great, it's like I'm standing under a bulldozer. I don't need this. I couldn't even carry this much. I don't have a use for it besides. It's not a liquid! Ow! Who does this? It's not a liquid! It's tiny solids just raining down on me. Oh my god, it's still going. Oh, okay. I was looking at the down below too, like this thing. No! She heard wrong. Gold baths are tacky and bathing in gold is physically impossible. She doesn't stop pouring on me, she's gonna crush me to death. You're pelting me with giant coins. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but holy shit. Oh, she fixed my cage. Now it's like a tiny bedroom. That's what it looks like anyway. So this is what she was working on. Much nicer than the old cage, so I can't complain. It'll heal you more than the old cage did too, so rest easy. Sweet dreams, my cute misbehaving prisoner. She's only had one sweet dream as far as I know. It seems to be the happiest experience of her life, so she's wishing me that same happiness tonight. Elizabeth and Hero Altera said much the same about her being a apocalyptic death machine, but is that true? Hero and Titan are different in some ways, but there's a certain calmness to both. So why would she continue to serve the star? Has she been taken over by it? Was she chosen? This is the Umbral star, a master. Connect a servant, and I'm trying to, like, free her from it. How are you feeling? You can move around the cavern as you like now. I won't lock you up anymore. I can make the cage more comfortable, but I'm sure you'd prefer not to be locked up at all, wouldn't you? On one hand, it's nice to have my own room, but preferably not that one. Really, it's more like, I'm definitely getting curious, and it may be too late to ask, but I wonder why she made that cage to begin with. That's true. That's why I built the cage. I stored you away carefully, at least when we have to worry about breaking you. Well, that settles that. I may have pressed her harder than I had to. It makes sense when you think about it. Altera knows how it feels to be locked in a cage. Someone like her wouldn't lock someone else up out of malice. By the way, about the servant warp against Castor, I wonder what Altera thinks of her. She's a regalia wielder, and if she wanted to negotiate, she'd say that she and Altera share the same husband. It's a shame negotiations broke down. Well, they broke down because I stayed with. I'm partially responsible. It's like, no, I can't surrender. Yeah, see, when she knows. Both you and I are not to blame, but I think I wish won't bother her like this. What did she say just now? Oh. Is she jealous? The way she's expressing herself and carrying herself right now. Not very familiar with emotions or signals, but I think this just might what jealousy looks like. You don't have to talk about it. Missed out on the other bond I could have gotten, though. Tried to program a Central Asian dish from, well, memory, only from my own experience. Chickpea paste. Yeah, it was good. As for the chickpea paste, it may be the first time I've eaten it. I want to say you're supposed to spread it on bread, but either way, fine. Between that and the rest, I've gotten my power feels top-notch. Moves and jump and run around. Oh. Never been much for tool building, but I can learn. So if there's anything you want, please ask me. I'll do my best to make it for you, because I'm your servant. I want to thank you for calling me that. Oh. Your former subservient. The bell does indeed signify an approaching enemy. Altera should be already out there prepping. Let's go, so says your master. Wait, one thing, she told me to ask if I had something I wanted. What about her? What do you want? Well, the Altera is out there is more direct than this one. Yesterday I said she was shy, but I don't think that's quite the right word. Hesitant, maybe. That master of yours really knows how to push your buttons without even trying. Someone treated me like that, I'd make him kneel down in front of me and stab the hell out of him. Well, I even asked that. Everybody knows the answer. All you want to do is wake up from this little playhouse dream of yours. Think about it. Your relationship with that little squirrel's a nightmare. Monster nerds sacrifice trying to play house together? Predator and prey holding hands? Seriously, is there anything more grotesque? Does my bloodbaths look adorable? Don't you think so? Forget that gloomy little loser. He did give you my powers. But I don't really want what he wants, if you follow. What I want to see is how your story ends. At first it was just nice, but I like how it's gotten all twisted. So somehow you're interested in all this going on, too. That's what you're telling her, but you won't... You think I don't see it between you two? You play dumb, I'll kill you right here. Not saying I'll survive, but I will take you with me. Is that bluffing? You need her to do what you need to do. Or is this a thing where Elizabeth maybe can, like, take that over? We see her grab, like, the regalia and become something else entirely than Castor's story. There's nothing I want, and I couldn't have it if I did, because... What you desire, you have to destroy. Now you're thinking like a monster. You're just one of those things where you can't wake up. Monsters can't have anything for themselves, not any other way. But what we destroy, it's ours forever, and that's all we get in life. Archimedes is watching, so I gotta put on a good show for him. Be the good little servant he thinks I am. If you quit dragging those giant heels and start stomping everything, this will go a whole lot faster. Yeah, for all our strength, he doesn't want to lose control of that again. Oh, that's more than just a matter of losing control, we're saying. Herita's words were nothing if not clear. No questions about me. All she's focused on is the regalia. That's right. The way she said it feels different from before. Shouldn't bother about it right now. The battle's about to begin. What might you be restoring the regalia for? I guess you say that every time I'm out here. An invited guest? Someone already attacking that over there. Try to go for this. What's going on over here? Oh, I'm sealed. Oh, and with Lu Bu. Oh god, this went from bad to nightmarish in a fucking hurry. Although I don't have to boot him, I just gotta work the whatchamacallits. And he's not super powered, so spend one of my code casts and just... use this power of this to get the field too. We got the big berserkers that take the big berserker aggressors that take a while to take down. Okay, he's not super powered like before. Still, time was of the essence. I gotta break out of here and get to the other. Yeah, the more I take away from them, the closer I am to winning. Whoops! Went the wrong way. I thought I could go this way instead. Take this too. Destroy the plants. Is there one here? There is. Bust up everything myself. Kaboom! Is that enough time to do the... Alright, use the 3 code cast. I keep forgetting I have the side missions I want to do too. Whoop! That's the wrong button. I was about to say, speaking of. What have I done so far? 4,000. Hit an aggressor 8 times with an EM. With 4,000 enemies. Not a problem. Oh, someone else in this gig. Karna. You're just blowing through everybody then. Actually, this is a whatchamacallit. She might be in a sector. Might be a portal I take and then fight her, which is fine by me. This means I get to take this over quicker. Oh, and I built enough to do this naturally, so we just bust a view. Very easily, by the way. Done. If anything new happens, I'm just going to be moving on again. Well, Tamamo, I made it. Despite your directions. Super Alteran Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. Yes. I'll ruin the fuck out of your roast. I mean, save the other Saionji. You'll have our little deviations from the norm, but let's not get into that. Not a judgmental person, but you gotta die. I can feel just how precious Samantha Saionji is to that caster, how much she meant every word she's just said. Much I appreciate that, I can't go with her. Not that I want to destroy the world, but I'll never stop being her master. You come across someone who's only known rejection and betrayal, and you stick with them to the end. That resolution to be true to yourself, you are and always will be my master. Prepare yourselves. I won't hold back. Whatever I was before, they chose correctly. I see the whatchamacallit. Is the third one in here? Oh, this is our throne room. The third red diamond. Is that in here? I see it. I don't have the whatchamacallit on. Oh, wells. I'll just ruin her here without it. Might as well push a boulder through the eye of a needle, uphill, both ways, 15 miles in the snow. But I kill you too quickly for you to even access said snow. So do I get the second part, or do I get, just her territories now? Oh no, I've killed her, maybe. Yeah, she was dematerializing. That resolution is stay who you are. You are and always will be my master. Forgive me. Oh no! The very instant when the tricolored sword strikes caster down, a sound almost escapes me. A scream, a cry, a great sense of loss. Caster, Tamamo no Mai. To Samantha Saionji, she was irreplaceable. I thought I had nothing left within me, but the weight of her loss is pushing down into my chest. I tell myself I didn't make her decisions or Altera's. But it's too late. Killing machine, the embodiment of destruction. The truth of those words hit home. But I know she's more than that. When the other Samantha Saionji fell together, she understood. One day we might fall like that. In fact, I imagine it's almost certain. I found someone who lived all alone for 14 millennia. I want to do something about it. Just to confirm for myself that this empty vessel with no memories or experience had the heart of a true human. We've already conquered 70% of Seraph. By the time we gain the third regalia, we'll have the rest as well. With that caster and the other you left behind. Perhaps a few things will survive in the wake of destruction. I wonder if they'll punish me for thinking that. Survive? Which things, if any, does she want to spare? Or am I misunderstanding? They'll turn into that final boss I fought twice as the other arcs. Don't understand what she's saying. I assume the arc or tier of the stars is that space vessel that came from the Umbral star and pierced the moon. Somehow it apparently exists in both physical and digital. So I don't have all the details straight, but by no longer needing to dream to Shumun, the Titan in the cavern will be set free. When dawn comes, the Zero Dark will no longer exist as such, and neither will I. Doesn't humans say it? Something along the lines of, the dead no longer dream. Is that light supposed to represent the character I am at the time? Did I never just actually get to see that? Maybe there's something I still don't understand here, but that sounds so unfair. Altera wants to be free. She said so in the cavern. The dead no longer dream. So what? You fought all this way and laid hands on Castor just to bring your own death sooner? She just says that. Sounds like she doesn't want to face the problem. Oh. What does she mean about rest assured and turning to stone? What exactly is reassuring about that? Maybe Altera wants to ignore this whole problem, but I don't. Dying can't possibly but be what Altera in the cavern dreams about. Gotta be more than just the purpose of fulfilling. Maybe it's time I give her a new purpose. Maybe this is what I was meant to do, not stop her, but talk her out of it. Ask her to tell me the truth without hiding anything. How do you really feel about everything that's happened? I won't move till she tells me. There's nothing she can do to make me budge, not even crushing me. She said she was empty, but I'm pretty sure I have her beat there. I tell her not to worry about burdening me with her troubles. This body's got room for them. I just want to know everything about you, how you spent all those years alone. Then came the dream someone who lived as Attila about 1,000 years ago back. Tell you all about it. So let's get down to business. To romance this Hun! Altera talks about what she saw, what she felt. Loneliness, emptiness, inspiration, the guilt of all the lives she destroyed. And then, one single wish. I wish to leave something behind. That wish blossomed like a life being born. Like a civilization being built, but with no one to share it, with no hope of ever coming true. Her wish languished alone. She didn't wish it on the Umbral Star or on the Holy Grail, but on the darkness of the cavern for 14,000 years. And the darkness answered, only with silence for an incomprehensibly long time. There she was in a dream she couldn't wake from, sinking further and further. Can't imagine how lonely and sad that must have been. No God here to save her. No Holy Grail, nobody. You have two sets of memories as the Vanguard of the Umbral Star, and a shorter set of memories as someone else. See, you are your own. It took you and rewrote you. Her most prominent role was as a weapon of mass destruction. But what was she like before she became one? That surprises me. In a way, she's the last survivor of an alien race, or maybe several. Does that mean I made first contact? The thought of that comes as a shock, but on another level feels natural. Maybe because we've been through so many battles together, and I still feel like I'm already used to her. She really is a stranger in a strange land, even after all this time. And here I am in the middle of it. Close to what might be the end of her journey, she ends up meeting me. I wonder what that says for both of us. You lost both? Huh. Its last order was to wait for the next round. My twin, the hero who lived on Earth for me, my second set of memories. Attila, name of the leader who founded one of Earth's greatest empires, descendant of the Xiongnu, ruler and war chief of the Huns. In the 5th century, she conquered a vast stretch of land from West Asia to Russia, Eastern Europe, and Gaul. I'd like to know more about how she and Altera tie together. A human hero beat you. But I can tell the secret. I'll back up. Kind of brain preserved in the rubble retained the memories of Sephiroth and kissed in the artificial body of a young human. A backup sounds kind of like a heroic spirit's core in a way. Then that was... Huh. I remember her name or where she came from. The elders gave her the name Attila and welcomed her to the tribe of the Huns. She was perplexed, but she accepted her new self, more than accepted it. Hearts felt happiness among those who welcome and love her. Yeah. I guess your wish came true in a way? Is this what you wished for? Harm others for your own benefit. Humans would call that pure evil. To eradicate others by the thousand just to seize what they built for yourself. I understand where she's coming from. No motive, no self-interest behind what she does. I don't think there's any malice behind it either. She just thinks of herself as this natural disaster. Or at least that's how she prefers to see it. She was a force of nature with no free will or ill intent. That's her truth. I haven't told you about my sword yet. A piece of my core. The concept comes from ancient times, back to the first primitive cutting tools. One of the original 12 pillars of nature. You might have heard him referred to as Ares or Mars. Yeah, here's Greek, Mars Roman. Personification of a concept, war. And I faced him in battle. He was the greatest enemy I ever fought. And when I beat him, his sword became my trophy. Seraph noticed that I become a sword wielder, and by its terminology changed my class accordingly. So I gained the power to manifest the Sword of Mars at will. It's a little known fact that Attila had the same power. She could hold any object, transfer it to the Sword of Mars as I. Huh. Could you do that now? Any weapon? It's a very nice sword. There's only one reason those who serve the Umbral Star want the regalia so desperately. The perfectly fused regalia will have full authorization, and the moon cell becomes a universal functionality code key, like holding the moon cell in your hand. To prepare for that recurring 14,000-year threat. So the Umbral Star wants it destroyed. I understand that, but it seems like there might be more to it. If the regalia does give its wearer that kind of power, why not use it rather than just destroy it? Umbral Star has no need to use it. If we get it for you, you might. I don't like if a part of your body turned to stone, I suppose. I could see that would be irritating, but if the moon cell did successfully quarantine Altera. Yeah, back down, and then both sides are prepping for the next round, as she called it. Moon cell struck one more blow out in space. By sealing the coordinates, deployed a jammer powerful enough to cover the entire galaxy. Even after all this time, the Umbral Star is still flying blind because of that. So as long as that moon cell continues to function, the Umbral Star can't sense the whereabouts of this system. Conversely, if the moon cell were to lose functionality, the Umbral star will find its system and fly here at breakneck speed. If the full regalia gets destroyed, there is no other outcome. So she's giving me a rough synopsis, but it does make sense. Since it's coming from her, I believe it. Getting angry solves nothing. Altera's never hidden who she is or what she is here to do. Even if she didn't always spell it out for me, some part of me has always been cautious and afraid. I don't really know what to say. Would she stop if I scolded her enough? Right. Altera's been consistent from the start, guarding the Zero Dark, restoring the regalia. It's all for the sake of shutting down the moon cell. Restoring me and my former self just happens to be a side effect of her actual goal. It's okay. I understand she had no choice. She can't go against the star. Even if she didn't have a master, she still would have wanted to restore the regalia. Same result either way. No use getting mad about it now. I tell her not to make that face. When she gets sad, I do too. Told me just the things in the beginning. I just wanted to confirm it. What matters now is up ahead. With that in mind, there's only one thing I want to know. What if, for argument's sake, the Umbral Star didn't exist? What would she want to do? You want to still return yourself. It's like a weak echo. She was talking to herself more than answering the question. We all have the same kind of hopes that the world doesn't allow. That's what dreams are. Altera's wish, her dream. Ironically, she's about to conquer the moon's holy grail, which is supposed to grant any wish from anyone. I think she might be the one exception to that. Or will she? You know, she alone can't make it happen, even if I couldn't before I came here. Maybe I could find some kind of loophole. I'm a little loopy myself. First, we need to restore the regalia and gain the royal authority. Once we got that, I'll search the moon cell's database for possible methods on severing Altera's connection to the Umbral Star. Supposedly, the moon cell has virtually infinite amounts of information. There must be something there. Oi. All I can tell her now is I'm ready to fight to my heart's content. Empty body or not, amnesia or not. This goal's enough to keep me going. I'll fight for Altera's wish. But just to keep her from guessing that, all I give her for now is a bittersweet smile. There's an enemy program that automatically spawns into Zero Dark, similar to a mythological monster from Earth. Used a bit of that and... What's wrong? Oh! The Umbral Star calls. Time to go into battle. The tear of the stars crying for us to obtain the last fragment of the regalia and the royal authority. No ignoring the sound of that bell. We're up against the Red Saber. Neto Claudius. I decided my fate with this remaining body, with this consciousness that may fade at any moment. Besides that, I'll need to work for the meals you prepared. I'm the dream the mainframe dreams. I can't think like my mainframe does, and none of the mainframe's memories could ever be transferred to me. Gotta get at what you feel. She said she didn't think it would last. Not long ago, I wouldn't think this Altera would have any interest in such feelings at all. At the same time, I caught a little tremor in her voice when she said, "for now." Maybe she thinks things will change between us soon? They really are both Altera. How can I feel any differently about a woman who's so open like this? Whoosh. Hang on. Maybe I should have asked this sooner, but I do want to say one thing before we go into battle. If the other party wants to talk like Caster did, I want her to listen. If at all possible, I want less bloodshed this time. Worst case scenario, we'll be killing Nero Angelo as... I mean, Nero Claudius Nero Angelo. I keep thinking that for some reason. What's loading? Oh, we're gonna have a... We're gonna talk first? Oh no, there's Li Shuen. Whoosh. What's he up to? That's a smaller area. I get trapped, am I? Oh, he erased his presence? So he's hiding. Flush him out by taking over parts of the area? Shouldn't be too hard, I guess. Whoops. Ow. Oh, he's here. Got him down there at the bottom. Gotta fly to his ass then. Take him out before he starts dishing shit out. Get rid of this. Get a quick field takeover while I'm at it. Help my cause. Hey, good job, Kiskander. Yeah, he's here. Oh. Is he super powered? Can I take him down quickly? Because I can just move on taking over more shit. Super powered to me, maybe. Burn right through him. Or not. Okay. He's not that strong. Uh-oh. Might power up here, though. Oh, no, he's gonna be... Oh, he's gonna be that guy. Give me one of those fights. Still, if I can... Plan doesn't change. I'm still here to take this over. And do so with ease. Just that pain in the ass Kukulin again. Means I'll probably be fighting Saber again the next battle. Bought you some time, boss. Lost him. Or could this be some part of strategy? Wore me down with your ploy while you were ready to fight me on top condition. You're here at last. You know, I witness her raging golden flames. Her expression shows pure, unshakable confidence. She knows beyond all doubt she and her master are invincible. The deep crimson and golden heroic spirit. There's a ring shining on her finger. That confirms it. She's the third regalia wielder. Bit late to ask after that glorious entrance, but you are in fact my opponent, yes? You must be to have faced the Son of Light himself and lived. You may not be on my level, but you are indeed beautiful. Oh. Definitely got that right. This is really time to talk about that. Heard you struck down Caster. Vision is a horrifying cold-blooded doomer, but true beauty comes from the inside. Hostile monster would ravage my seraph. The moon cell, even my own praetor? Can't imagine this vileness coming from you. Do you not agree? And unforgivable as it may be to threaten my prey to my empire. I have an idea. Let's talk. I see how natural she and her master are together. Saber and her, Samantha Sayonji. How many battles have they overcome together? What kind of bond have they built over that time? However she might seem, her words and affections are genuine. In retrospect, Caster and the soul of Samantha Sayonji were exactly the same way. Those words leak from Altera's lips, master and servant. Not sure I have a physical form inside the ring. I feel a cold shiver run through my spine. She overwhelmed by the magnitude of their bond, like me? Oh no. She went against my wishes. Though it doesn't evoke its true name, it's still an attack from the noble phantasm photon ray. She wasn't attacking any one wizard or servant, but the world itself. It's these two that just happened to survive such a strike. She's doing it again. This was not what we agreed to. Please curb your destructive impulses for a bit. We made a promise. The opponent wanted to talk. She would answer in kind. Can't say why she's so angry, but now's the time to calm it down. We must sink. Become one with me. This time it is I who ran off. Looks like they used the regalia to evade that second attack. She might be listening now, but it's clear Altera intended to kill them with that. What do I say to her? Trying to think of something, but the words don't come out. Maybe I'm just stunned. I've seen how destructive and possessive she can be. Hard to say anything after that. Will next time be the last time I'd save her. Why the long face? Why you sitting on my throne, Gil? Can't say it doesn't look like he belongs sitting on that shit, though. Shouldn't be squatting on someone else's throne, but I'm not gonna be the one to tell him that. After all, he does look... Once again. Game saying what I'm thinking. Altera's true nature intimidate you. That's who she was made to be. Those who approach her live to regret it, and those who touch her live no more. You finally understand with whom you've been supporting all this time? Did you imagine you were the master of a heroic spirit? She isn't here, and she won't be for some time. You have a chance to seize this moment. You could run and beg Saber for help. I won't leave her by herself. That's what your former self would have done before you were split. Didn't he become the second in command to help out Altera? When he puts it that way, it seems like he took her side because of me. Oh. Second in command is a front row seat to the spectacle here. It seems that's entirely lost on you. Oh, so you're, like Elizabeth in that, then. Though she's got more to gain than you do, I suspect. She's sad because she lashed out? Altera? If she's turned to stone metaphorically, she's still beautiful. No, not now. Oh my god, if I picked taste, would that have been the 4? This doesn't feel very safe, but even so, I got this far up by climbing her veil. All thanks to Lady Luck from here. Here goes nothing. Oh. Now, how'd you get up here? Are you getting picked on by Elizabeth? Is Samantha Sionji gonna have to kill a bitch? Yeah, she, Oh? Hmm? Whoa. What kind of dream you're having, my master? Must be different than what I dream. Wasn't even a dreaming earlier, if that's what you're wondering. But nothing happened. Somehow I'm not so sure. A few hours ago. Oh, they're gonna show us. Yep. Wiggling, screaming jewelry. Well, that's your own personal taste. I won't say anything about it. Just give me a double check. Plan to stabilize that little square by combining the regalia into one, right? Combining the regalia would return the little squirrel cyber frame back to normal. Stick the ring back together and the masters will stick together too, but... She'll remember what I did to run away though too. The one you know gets completely overwritten. The body doesn't usually store its own consciousness. That's the mind and soul's job, so that's why your master is unstable. Bring it back, and the first thing that goes is the unstable part. You didn't know that? You couldn't have guessed? Yeah, all the memories you two built together here? Gone. Only one of 3 masters is gonna stick around, and they'll only choose one of their servants to love. You and I, we're the bad guys. We're the ones who stand back and sulk while they go off with someone else and live happily ever after. Get it now? Only reason that human isn't afraid of a monster like you is because it's not real. Just a temporary insanity for you to play a creepy game of house with. If not for that freak accident, what human could love you? So that's why she was so sad. She really let her have it, and then the truth couldn't be here anymore. Sometimes when Altera holds me in her hands, it feels like a really powerful massage. So much that I almost nod off this time. But just when I'm about to, I happen to remember something that the Golden King of Heroes said. What did he mean exactly? Mongrel. Mock mongrel. He really calls everyone that, at least without the mock part. Specifically directed that mock at Altera. Why? About the Altera who can move outside the cavern? She's something like a dream. Sounds like what you said about it last time. Like no more, if you're willing to tell me. The me you're talking to now doesn't sleep, at least not the way you know it. But I sometimes go through partial shutdowns to run self-diagnoses. And I do have a sleep mode. Again, that's not your kind of sleep, so when I dream, it means something else too. Or just something more like daydreams, things you see in your head while you're still awake. Oh. So it means the reality she'll have to wake up to. She's not a different person, we're completely the same in most respects, we just use different programming in certain cases. I do have memories of myself as the hero, but it's more the knowledge of what the hero experienced. Yeah, the battles and such. I seem to remember a hero talking about what goes on within the cavern. Connection goes both ways, more or less. She's aware of me and can sense whatever I'm doing. But it's different, and I can't always download everything my hero self senses or thinks. Does sound like a dream. I don't mind, but I wonder why she's asking all of a sudden. Strictly professional research for the purpose of destroying the world. Maybe I shouldn't answer it then. Oh? What? Recalibrate away. Oh, Saber. How extraordinary are we talking? Well, I see where she's going with this. I'll go ahead and answer. The main servant I used to be with. I know the truth of who Saber is, my former moon servant. One of the two servants who fought through the Holy Grail War with me. Someone I should be fighting alongside now, at least according to the rules. At least that's how I've had it explained to me, but to be honest, it doesn't feel real. The reason it took me a little while to answer is because I still don't have a very clear impression of her.